All right, good night, everybody. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford Burke. Of course, this is Rickford in New York. Share the link, everybody. Share the link. You know the drill. Get into all your Guyanese groups. I want to expand on the topic tonight. So share the link. We have some videos to show you. And I want to make some remarks about Mocca and this new issue with the Guyana Police Force charging people allegedly for attempting to murder somebody or intimidating somebody. Share the link, everybody. Get into all your Guyanese groups. Get on Twitter. Get on YouTube. Get on in your emails, WhatsApp, IG, Facebook groups, Facebook Messenger groups, MSN, whatever. Get into all of your groups and get on all of your social media platforms. Share this link with every single contact you have. And we will be right back in just about 60 seconds. Share the link. All right, good night, everybody. Again, share the link. Text me, let me know where you're watching from. Happy New Year, everybody. I know I did a show since New Year, but Happy New Year to you. Or did I? Nevertheless, Happy New Year. Let me know how your New Year's went. Text me. Let me know. While you share the link, let me see if I can acknowledge some people watching here tonight. Jenny's Booker, good night. Darkest John, Barbara Barrington, Donna Holner. Donna we have to give you an award, Donna. You're the most faithful audience member of this show. So thank you very much. And I look forward to serving you guys in 2023 with distinction. With distinction. Who else is watching? Myrtle Hines, Jasmine Shepherd, good night. Where you guys are watching from? Let me know where you guys are watching from. Who else is it Margaret Nelson? Good night. Watching from California. Hey, it's evening there in California. Kadisha, watching from Guyana. Cuthbert, good night. Lyndon, Simone Merchant, Lyndon. Carol Roberts, Jamal Aziz, all the way from Quarantine. Is it Quarantine or Region 5? Region 5. Myrtle Hines from the Bronx. Good night. Good night. Everybody share the link. Share the link to 20 people. Everybody, what? I see a few thousand people here. Share the link, everybody, please. Share the link. Keisha Ramsey. I didn't see where that's from. That moved so quickly. Brother Norman Brung. Hail up, all the way in London. You're up early, buddy. All right. So let me get straight to it. You know, I've been, like I said, like everybody knows by now, we have the evidence in this so-called BM suit. And I don't want to deal too much with this issue because clearly we've established that the police force has lied, BM suit has lied, Asaf Bacchus has lied, sorry, Mohammed has lied. The police got caught with their pants down. So that's fully established. But I want to show you 3 or 4 other very short clips. Because remember last week, once we exposed the police lie, they said, oh, there are other videos that show that this guy implicated me. So I want to deal with that. This is probably the only significant conversation about me, and I'll show you that from the other tapes. But I also want to show you that the police is also lying, that these journalists went to extort money from BMSO. It's a clear lie. I also want to show that Asad Mohammed, when he called these 2 journalists to hack into the site of a United States media company, he was well aware that he was committing a crime. He was well aware that he was committing a crime and took steps to cover it up. Also, it was clear that he hired these guys. He called these guys and hired them to do a job, which is to destroy, break into, hack into, whatever, the website of GNN. Now, like I said, GNN is going to deal with that, but I want to establish clearly how dishonest the Guyana police force is. And then I'm going to go on to the next video, which is an issue that came up today, again showing how dishonest the Guyana police force is and how corrupt they are, how in the pockets of these rich PPP East Indian guys they are. And the country must be paused, must pause to figure out. Keep sharing the link, everybody. And my technical team is telling me I did not tell you, as we promised, to go and subscribe to my YouTube page. Everybody, subscribe to my YouTube page as well as like and follow my 2 Facebook pages. So I did that. I had to do that before I get fired. So today, the Guyana Police Force, I'm not sure if they put out an official statement or they leaked information, but a news site that is very close to the Guyana Police Force came out with a story saying that they arrested 3 security guards, two news sites, one saying for attempted murder, and the other for intimidating this businessman, Jack Mohan. Now, it happened at a movie tongue bar. And that tape has now been released. And it shows completely there's no justification for the allegations against these 3 security guards. I don't really want to get involved in it, but I just want to demonstrate how dishonest people are and people in the Guyana Police Force are. But there was no justification for arresting these people, unless there is some other issue that we don't know of, but not the issue that came to press that they were intimidating people and so on. As a matter of fact, it was Jack Mohan, the businessman, who should have been arrested, not Tamish, probably his brother, who should be arrested in my view. But let us forget about that for now. Let us deal with the so-called extortion case. So that you could, so as to put back everything into context, let me play you part of the police interview with one of the reporters, Gary Azer, that completely destroyed or exposed the lie, completely destroyed their argument and exposed their lies. Let me see if I can get it here. Oh boy, let me see if I can get it here. This I aired last week, so let me play it.
Who's the author of the GNN Facebook profile?
Primarily Breakfast, but I wrote a couple of stories.
Has anybody else wrote a couple of stories? All right, and any question?
Yeah. Does Mr. Best know report work?
Yes, they talk on a regular basis.
And he
In
would,
my presence,
and this article you wrote, who is sending it to? And he sent it to Mr. Work.
I would like to. I can't prove that, but I would like to. Because I didn't send it.
But he and Mr. Work are friends.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
The money that was being collected, did he have to get any cut from it or anything?
No. I just like, he offered to pay for the couple articles to make it look. Then he gave me the 50,000 advance. I took 40 and I gave Alex that. Because Alex took me to the meeting.
So he had to get any financial thing from any of this? Mr. Best?
No.
All right. Any other question?
Yeah, Mr. Best, right? These article was posting about Mr. Mohammed. It was in relation to what?
All right. So there are 4 important facts that just came out there. One, everything that he just said there about me is speculation. He has no information about me. He doesn't know me, never spoke to me. Right? That's one. It's clear he said that. It's clear from that. He doesn't know. 2, he's speculating that he gave Darwin Best some article. And Darwin Best gave me. This is what the police is using to put out a wanted for me. Now, let me make it very clear. I did not write an article. I did not post an article. And it is my right to do so if I feel. That's my First Amendment right under the United States Constitution. To write anything I want, post anything I want, say anything I want. It's called freedom of speech in America. The Guyana Police Force has absolutely no jurisdiction over that. Even if I were in Guyana, the Guyana Police Force would lose a case where I would have expressed my view through an article. That is not a crime. Good. That's the first thing. But everybody just heard, everybody keep sharing the link, share the link. Everybody has heard a young man say, he wrote something and give it to Darwin Best, which is the businessman sitting there, the young man with the glasses. And he said, the cop prompted him to say that Darwin Best gave it to me. Then he said he would like to think so, he assumes so, he can't prove it. That's what the Guyana Police Force is using to say, I posted some article. Again, even if I posted the article, so what? That's my right to do so. But it shows very clearly the Guyana Police Force has absolutely no legs to stand on. They have no evidence of a crime. They're just making things up so as to smear me. That's number one. The second thing that just came out there is that Gary Eliezer, who works for Kaitra News, said that after GNN carried a story exposing tax fraud and other wrongdoing by this BMSO affiliate owner, Asaf Mohammed, he called them and offered them money to take down the news site, hack into and take down the news site. He called them. The Ghana Police Force has been saying to the public all the time that these young men went to extort money from Asaf Mohammed. We just heard. This is the police video that was released to us by law enforcement. And they keep saying leak. The video was leaked to us. Let me address that. So what if it was leaked to us? They expect that they can smear me, tell lies, and when the facts are known by police officers are not supposed to say, hey, you can't do this. Mr. Burke, here you are. Or CGID or whatever. Here you are. Here is the evidence. It is not true what the Guyana Police Force is saying. They're upset because they got caught. They're upset because this video came out and they got caught. They don't care anything about video being leaked. This video was disclosed, as the police said, to the defense, which are the people that were charged. And that's a requirement of the law. So the video has been disclosed. I'm not sure the Guyana Police Force can tell people to whom the video was disclosed what to do with it. But like I said, this video did not come from the defense. It came from, let me make it very clear, I want to be specifically vague, law enforcement in Guyana. So the Guyana Police Force is talking about what is unprecedented and unethical. What is unethical is the Guyana Police Force lying, making up stuff, fabricating stuff, framing people, and with the audacity to take it to court by instituting charges against people they have framed with no evidence. This case is not going anywhere. There's absolutely no evidence for anything that the Guyana Police Force charged in this case and issued a warrantability for me. The final observation I want to make about that tape before I play the other clip is they also charged that young man, Darwin Best, and I said this before, but I want to repeat it to create the background. They said that he is the mastermind who created this conspiracy to extort money and send these young men, or employed these young men in his scheme or conspiracy to extort money. And these young men, Darwin, Bess, and myself, formed an agreement. We conspired to extort Asaf Mohammed. I died in America. Don't know these two people. Never spoke to them, never communicated with them. Never communicated with Darwin Best about an article and all that. But the Guyana Police Force created that allegation to smear me. But even though the Guyana Police Force made this allegation that it's extortion, You just heard the police officer ask Gary Eliezer twice if Doreen Best was to get one. He said money, any money from this deal they had with Assad Mohammed to go and rip down the American news site. He said no. He asked again, was he supposed to benefit financially from this deal? He said no. Where is this extortion? But in fact, there's no extortion. Guyana Police Force lied. That's been fully established by their own witness. Their own witness. Everybody keeps sharing the link. In addition to that, once we exposed this lie and this video came out, the Guyana Police Force issued a statement saying, well, there are other videos with these same people implicating me in owning GNN. So they switch. It's no longer conspiracy. It's no longer extortion. It's me owning GNN. That's a crime. Well, they also said that the young man, Gary Eliezer, said, I give him the password to post things on GNN. Well, here's another part of a separate interview they did with Gary Eliezer. And by the way, I believe the police coerced Eliezer to say that, because I don't know the guy. I never spoke to him. But here how that interview went.
Where is Rick Ford work currently?
In the States, I don't know
What is the contact number?
I don't have a contact number.
How do you get on to
The true Facebook messenger.
Messenger, he call you live or via voice call?
No message. Basic message.
So you know it's him you're talking
Well, I suppose I just trusted that it was him.
And what's the name also Rick Ford work?
Yeah.
Ready? You said Mohammed called you, he would have called you, right? Did he, what he never told you that these articles being posted, they were not true?
He said that the article that was posted was hurting his business image.
And they were not true.
He never said use the word it was not true. He just said it was hurting his business image. And I would like you to help me to clean up that. So I said I will write some articles for you and you will post it on your Facebook page, get it out to you. And that's what I said. When he made the offer, how much do you want from this? I said, man, you tell me. He said, 150 enough? I said, fine. And as I said, I collected 50.
This guy on News Network, when did you last time you use this network?
All right. So there you go. So that I guess the clip started a little later in the thing, but the discussion was how he got access to this GNN. He said, I give it to him. So the guy said, okay, what is my contact number? He doesn't have it. He doesn't have a number for me. Clearly, he doesn't know me. So the guy said, well, how you spoke to him? He said, I talked to you on Facebook. Somebody told him to say that. You notice they have not presented any evidence with me talking to him on Facebook. They haven't presented this evidence. The guy said, how you know it's Rickford Burke you're talking to? He said, well, I assume because the name's Rickford Burke. So Jack the Ripper from Chicago, the serial killer, can go and create a Facebook profile that says Rickford Burke. Let's assume he's telling the truth. And say, hey, Gary Eliezer, I got a media page. I want you to write for me. You're a good journalist. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna write the stories. How am I gonna post it? Oh, here's the password. That's it. That's the Guyana. This is what the Guyana Police Force said in its statement Friday is additional proof that I own GNN. That's it. And these two clips with these two, well, let me say this: the other gentleman clearly doesn't know me. He has not mentioned me in any significant way. What he said in another interview is parroting what this guy just said. But that is I kid you not. These two clips that you just saw, that is the essence of the Guyana Police Force evidence that I formed a conspiracy with these people to extort money. That's the evidence, or that's the independent evidence, because you have Asaf Mohammed giving about three or four different statements, trying to create the narrative of extortion. So he gave one statement that he said Rickford Burke was negotiating for a resolution with his matter with Dorin Bess. Dorin Bess had complained to me after I mentioned on Facebook that these people were engaging in predatory practices and allegedly defrauding their customers. Right? I saw that statement, Colin. So he then, after he realized the word negotiation does not communicate some sort of threat, and I guess after he talked to me, the Attorney General or whoever in the PPP and the police, he gave a second statement saying he felt so threatened. How we tell you he company gonna this and the visa gonna take away, and he said he has a conversation. Well, I have the conversation, all of the conversations recorded. I preserve those conversations instinctively. I'm like, I don't even trust these guys. If they're robbing their customers, they're dishonest enough to rob their customers. Let me make sure I tape whatever these people say and I say to them. And I was right. I was right. They thought they were setting me up. But you heard Gary Eliezer just said there. He asked him to write favorable stories. So Asaf Mohammed called these two reporters, told them about this GNN thing, told them he wanted come down. They tried, they didn't get it done. Then the guy said, okay, we can write some stories for you and post it on your Facebook. Initially, the intent was to hack into GNN, take down GNN news stories about him, and put up favorable news stories about him on GNN that he would have fabricated or given to these reporters to put up. It didn't get through because these reporters who allegedly got the password from GNN couldn't even get into GNN. Obviously, I don't have no password for GNN either. So maybe if I had given them the password, I gave them the wrong password because I don't have no password. But you heard Gary Eliezer say there, in plain English language, he offered him $150 to write these stories. And he said, okay, if you want to pay me that, that's fine. I'll write these stories. He then gave him $50,000 in advance and tell him to start writing these stories. The police said these men tried to extort Asaf Mohammed. When Asaf Mohammed called these gentlemen, conspired with them to commit a federal crime in the United States. And you know what? He knew he was committing a crime. I'll share my screen. The first, how do I do this? Okay.
seen these things. And they call me, they want to know who they do business with, you know?
My question to you is, what would you like for me to do to you, for you?
If the article could come out, and if you can assure me that, you know,
No, just again, we try to do.
but then if it delete,
You worry that if it is, they can go put it back up. No, they can't put it back up because you are the first I have the access. Yeah.
okay,
Cool. So they can and I could write back whatever you want.
exactly, and post it there, like
told them that it can be bent. And that is what we need. I can write back whatever you want. I can take half whatever they post, and I can write back whatever you want. It should be a plus. You as a police need to respond, and that's the best place to respond. Exactly here.
All right. Did you guys hear that? They're sitting there in Asaf Muhammad's office, and Gary Eliezer is saying, okay, we'll do what you want. He asked him, what you want me to do? He said, I want you to take off that story from GNN and put something favorable about me. Gary said, yes, I can do that. Then did you hear what he said after that? I could play back if you all hear. Gary Eliezer said, Asad Muhammad said, but man, when you all take out back the story, them boys gonna put up back the story. Eliezer said, no, nobody could take off the story because I am the only man with the password for JNN. This is the police evidence, you know. This is not even us doing an independent probe and getting videos and so on. This is the police evidence. This video was submitted to the police and people in the police force sent it to us. In the police force or associated with the police force sent it to us. So here you are, Gary Eliezer is saying Rickford Burr gave him the password. He's saying he gave Darwin Best an article, which Darwin Best, he assumes give to me. He would like to think give to me. He can prove give to me. And I posted. But in the same breath, in another interview, he's saying he is the only person with the password. So obviously, if that is so, he is the one that posted the article, right? He said he's the only one with the password. And he's the only one that could take it down. And when he takes it down, nobody else could put it up because he's the only man with the passcode. That's the police evidence of conspiracy to commit extortion. The police also charged these people with cybercrime, saying they use a computer to post that article. There's no computer that the police has recovered. There's no phone, but the police charge. And the cybercrime legislation specifically requires that the police obtains this device within the jurisdiction of Guyana that allegedly posted this article which violates the Cybercrime Act. So just in this clip alone, these three clips that I show you, that I've showed tonight, demonstrates that the Guyana Police Force fabricated every single allegation here. Cybercrime, conspiracy, attempted extortion, all fabricated. All fabricated. But there's more. Let me play for you another clip.
A man word is respond. This thing already.
Nobody else got another line. Yeah. I wanted to be clear. Okay. But you never show she laptop go on the web. No, you don't know technology because she laptop. This can do stuff.
Let me tell you what went on there. Eliezer apparently didn't have a laptop, or his laptop died or something like that. So they asked for a laptop to go on GNN to hack into the site or get onto the site to remove information. Right? So he is now offering them his wife's laptop to do that, to commit the crime. But then you hear what he said? Let me play it back. Are you sure it would not show that my wife's laptop is the laptop that went and did that? Let me play it back.
Anyway, that's all I need. We don't find it.
So that's when he gave Wayne apparently part of the money for them to write up these articles. So that's Mohammed there sitting in the chair, facing the gentleman.
Nobody else got another line. Yeah.
They asked you for another laptop.
I wanted to be clear. Okay. But you never show she laptop go on the web. No, you don't know technology because she laptop. This can do stuff.
There's more. Let me play another clip. This is at his house now. This is when Wayne was at his house.
So they okay with the right? And you're giving everything. How many years there? How many years?
Now, this is another occasion. He is offering Alex Wayne, this is Asaf Mohammed, offering Alex Wayne $250,000 to get information on the black businessman that we saw sitting there, the young man with the glasses, Darwin Best. He is now offering him this one here to get dirt or information on Best. Another crime, another conspiracy. And they're using a phone. So that's a cybercrime. Because, well, it's a conspiracy probably to commit a cybercrime, because I guess when he got that information, he would have gone and posted somewhere too. I'm assuming. But listen to him offering. This is not the young man, and I'm not defending these guys, but this is not Alex Wayne. Everybody keeps sharing the link. This is not the people, nobody went to this man and said, give me money or I will do this. That's extortion. This is this man calling these people and offering them money. Oh, take 150 and tear down the website. Remove the article from GNN and take 150 and write up good things about me and post it back on GNN. Take 250 and bring me information and dirt on Best. But the Guyana police force is saying these people went to extort money. There's another clip. Sorry, I think I pulled up the wrong clip there.
So they okay with the right? And you're giving everything.
I don't think I have that other clip. I may have. This is the Guyana Police Force case. So let me summarize it. One, there's absolutely no conspiracy because these people don't know me. Clearly, there was not even a conspiracy with the people in Guyana because to extort anybody, because we heard Gary Eliezer saying there that Darwin Best, who the government charged with conspiracy and to extort, was not supposed to get any money from this alleged 250 or 150 or whatever they got. He said it twice. And clearly, Asaf Mohammed called these guys to enter into a conspiracy with them to hack into a United States media page, commit a cybercrime under US law, and espionage, because I guess that's cyber espionage, criminal mischief, all of that. And also, he was aware that he was committing a crime because he told them he doesn't want the IP address for his wife's laptop to be showed, to be indicating as the device that attempted to commit that crime under US law. That's it, right? That's the case. The police force said they have other videos. And then lastly, the young man, Gary Eliezer, who says, who the police is describing as implicating me, says he gave Bess an article. And by the way, it wasn't even an article, he said, because in that same interview where he had on that shirt, that yellow shirt, he said he wrote a couple of lines about something, gave it to Bess. And when he saw the GNN article presented to him by Mohammed when he went there, it was not what he wrote. Even though some of the words were there, it was a completely, he said, they were words or paragraphs that were irrelevant to what he wrote. So obviously that's not his story. So he didn't even write the story. He didn't even write the story. But he's assuming that Bess gave me something and I wrote it. But then he's saying, I assume, I would like to think, I can't prove. That is the Guyana Police Force bona fide, airtight evidence that Bess gave me something. That's what they're using. And then the other circumstantial evidence there is Bess and I are friends. So yes, it must be Bess. Then he said, I give him the password to GNN. You heard him there. He don't know who he was talking to, but somebody he was talking to on Facebook, on social media, on a profile he think named Rickford, give you something. Anyway, but there is further evidence of how corrupt the Guyana police force is. And I want to share my screen and play this videotape because the Guyana police force arrested 3 security guards on a complaint that a Jagmohan, one of the Jagmohans, said 3 security guards intimidated him and he felt threatened for his life. Then later on, it says there's another press report that came out that these security guards were being investigated for attempted murder by the Guyana police force. Well, let me show you guys the video of that incident. All right, so I think I have it now. Share. Good. So Joe Jagmohan is the name. Joe Jagmohan.
Joe Jagmohan and friends greeted politely by Cleon Jack, Elijah Cosbert and Imran Khan on Hard Rock premises. Joe is clearly seen here, acting in an intoxicated manner among his friends. During when Cleon Jack, Elijah Cosbert, and Imran Khan were in the waiting area to uplift food ordered, Ryan Gaspar, Joe's bodyguard, informed Joe about Cleon Jack's and colleagues' presence. Joe Jagmohan then reached for his cell phone and recorded Cleon Jack, Elijah Cosbert and Imran Khan for no apparent reason. A police patrol pickup entered the movie town parking lot. However, upon their departure, Joe Jagmohan recommenced using his phone to record after police patrol leaves the movie town parking lot. If a sense of insecurity was present, why didn't Joe make an instant report to the officers on duty? Who is the true aggravator? Upon exiting Hard Rock, Ryan Gaspar hands Joe Jagmohan a gun. Thereafter, Ryan Gaspar opens the passenger door on the right side of left-hand drive Hilux, due to Joe holding a gun in his hand. As Joe departed the Hard Rock Cafe premises, Joe Jagmohan threatened Cleon Jack, Elijah Cosbert, and Imran Khan with a gun, who were the occupants of the blue Fortuner, while along the SUV.
All right. So I don't necessarily want to get into all the nitty-gritty of this matter. That's their business. But I just wanted to demonstrate to you how corrupt the Guyana police force is. Why? The three guards, let us disregard the narration there. Disregard. Let's forget that we heard that. Let's just look at what the video demonstrated to us. Let's assume that the narration was biased towards these three guards. Let's just look at what we saw in the video. These young men came into this restaurant. We're talking with the receptionist. Let's assume they want to buy food or whatever. This young man, allegedly the bodyguard of Joe Jagmohan, went and told him, we can assume that, hey, look, these guys are here. There's probably some beef or something with these people, I don't know. But he then took out his phone and went to the three security guards, started taping them. That's harassment. He went behind them. He left and went outside behind them. The men went outside. He then went, allegedly, got a gun. We can't see what the alleged bodyguard gave to him. We don't know what it is. It says it's a gun. I don't know. He gave him something. They then drove. These guys left, you know. These guys left the premises, went into the parking lot, well, left the building, went into the parking lot, were in their cars. And he drove his car, allegedly with the gun. And we saw the guy gave him something. Drove his car, went to those guys to further harass them. And then made a report to the police that the guys threatened me. And the police arrest the guys. What kind of country is this? Why Joe Jackman is a big financier, rich, millionaire supporter of the PPP. Like I said, I don't care what is what are the other circumstances of a feud. This appeared to have been something that didn't start there. But we can see in the video who the aggressor was. How can the other guys get arrested? I don't care who it is. This is my view. Fair is fair. You cannot abuse your power. The Guyana police force cannot be allowed to operate like this. Cannot. I insist. Something has to happen in Guyana. There must be some reform of the personnel, the decision makers at CID and the police commissioner. Meanwhile, Darwin Best was not even involved in a violent situation. They said he allegedly created a cybercrime, committed a cybercrime, and whatever. They took away all his firearms, 16 firearms. So all his assets as a business person, he owns assets, have been left exposed. He has no firearm to protect himself. As far as I'm concerned, that's a setup for you to get killed. I read in the newspapers 2 days ago, and I made a comment about it. Somebody was arrested for something in which they did not use a firearm. The firearm didn't threaten anybody, it wasn't violent, but the police went and seized their firearm, a black person. But here you are. This man here committed a crime, harassment, threatening people. I'm sure his firearm was not taken away, or that firearm was not seized. This is the Guyana police force. But they arrested, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the video demonstrated, the victims. So if you're a Mohammed and you're a Jagmohan, and I guess you expect police officers line up and get incentives at certain times, you would not get arrested. As a matter of fact, when you commit a crime, the person you commit the crime against gonna get arrested. That's how corrupt the Guyana police force is. Corrupt. Corrupt. I read in Big Smith News where the report is, it said police sources. That news thing said police sources said the men went to him and intimidated him, and they weren't sure if the men had guns. But now we see who allegedly had a gun, and we saw who was the intimidator and the harasser. But before I close, let me just leave that story alone, let them sort of the business. But I just wanted to demonstrate how dishonest, how lawless the Guyana police force is. That's the country, and these are the people. Want to issue wanted bulletins for people because they speak out? I will continue to speak out. They will have to issue a wanted bulletin for me every day. But I also wanted to show my viewers the situation in Mocca, where the Guyana police force sent today again police, armed police with bulldozers and whatever. Oh, as a matter of fact, the story is here. Actually, I didn't even realize the story is on my page. That story that I just spoke about is here. Police on Tuesday arrested 3 security guards after a businessman reported that he felt his life was threatened and endangered by the men's presence at the location, which is some movie tongue bar or whatever it is. Based on information from police sources, this is what the report said. Based on information from police sources, so police is giving this information. On December 30th, businessman Joe Jagmahan and others were at the Hard Rock Cafe located in Movie Tongue Mall when he observed 3 men in the company of another businessman. He said the other businessman left the location, but shortly after, the 3 security guards returned and began standing around him, looking at them in an intimidating manner. None of that is true based on what you saw there. The men were arrested on Monday by the police after they reportedly visited the police station to report that they felt the businessman threatened them. That is the right story. That is the right story. Police have been provided video footage of the 3 security guards quickly going into their vehicles after the businessman raised an alarm and began videotaping them. My God, the Guyana police force, you must be held accountable for this nonsense that you guys do. Nothing of the sort is true. And like I said, I have no pony in this race. I don't care. What I care about is how dangerous and lawless and criminal the Guyana police force, members of the Guyana police force in leadership are. And then there's another report that says these men are being investigated for attempted murder. My God, Guyanese, wake up. That's the police force that you guys, and I've been warning you guys, the Guyana police force engages in framing innocent people. I have demonstrated it twice tonight, twice. This is why the government brought back people and put certain people in place in the Guyana police force to do just this to their opponents and enemies. This is not right. This is not right. And the international community will have to step in and address this matter. Bar people from the Guyana police force, put them on wanted list, block them, take away their visas. This is an atrocity. It's an atrocity. Anyway, let me leave that there. I want to show you what, finally, what the the Guyana police force has been doing in Mocca. This is it. Yes, this is it.
Collect no money. Don't worry, I don't boss you in. You ain't gonna get bossed today. Don't worry. I want it. the concrete! Sir! Sir!
This is like Guyana.
You see that banner though? That banner is stupid. He real stupid. He like snow, man. You can't even know. I can't stop him up in here for this is what's right. Watch them, Mr. Amber. Let's come inside. Money and selection by I sell out I hope.
I want to share another video that was yesterday. This is now today.
Uncle is here. We're coming to you live because we want to give you an idea of what is happening here with the residents and the government, and the police is at the center of this, decked out in the riot gear. Folks, let me say to you that you may have heard a number of things about what is happening here, but we happen to have a view from above so we can give you an idea of exactly what the issues surrounding this whole standoff is. Now, if you can see that road being built there, just behind the police officers, there's a bridge that will join the road, and it will continue where the white sand is here, all the way here. Now, that is the road in contention. To the left of that, to our left, is an area where those people, for example, these two houses right here, are two houses earmarked for demolition by the government. Now, from this vantage point, you can see that the road is not passing where those two houses are. The road will pass quite fine, and it will make its way down that side, right? And right, let me give you a hand to share it. Come up. Right, and you have a good vantage point of where the road is passing and where the houses are. And so the government is insisting that these people here, that will be this road that is running north to south, they will be on the western side of the road, that they must move. They must move. They're not in line with the road, mind you, not in line with the road. But many have contended that these lands that run
these lands that run parallel to the road, right, will become prime real estate, prime lands. They will more than quadruple in value. And that is, as many would have articulated, seems to be the issue, because there are many other villages that this road passes. And this is the only village that they seem to have this problem, that you want to bulldoze these people. And a number of persons would have come to an agreement with the government, and they would have accepted some sort of compensation, right? Let's listen into what this lady is saying.
Walk away. What they're doing about it? Oh, what they want to go and thief? You're moving them. What they're going to do? They're going to thief. They want we thief. We can't thief. Because they can shoot we and kill we.
All right. So the point I want to make is this. This PPP government is so contemptuous of black people that rather than go and meet with these people and come up with some accommodation, explain to them, whatever, they want to treat these people with brute force and ignorance and bullets. I asked somebody in the PPP government today, why every single time there's a contention in a black village that it has to be resolved with guns and bullets, where the police call Clifford Hicken, the government called Clifford Hicken and direct him to go and shoot down black people. That's what the police were there for, you know, to shoot down those black people in Mocca, protesting for their rights. Now let's assume you heard Randy there commenting that the government is, the roads are not in the part of the homes are not in the part of the roads. Clearly they're not. You heard Randy say those lands become prime real estate. I saw a letter where somebody wrote saying the land was allocated to some rich PPP East Indian businessman. I don't know if that's a fact. I'm saying that's what I saw in a letter that somebody in Mocca sent to someone and sent it to me. Government must come clean. If it is that you want to give rich East Indian people the people land in Mocca, so don't beat around the bush. Don't beat around the bush. If you want to give away the ancestral lands in Mocca to your East Indian rich friends, then go to the people in Mocca and say, no, these business people, we want to promote business. We want to put hotels along this road. We want to do whatever. Y'all too poor, y'all black. Y'all can't do what we want. This is our vision. So let them do it. Say that. But they're so contemptuous of the people. They, other than the government, the president going in Mocca and meet with these people once and insult the people. He's on an insult spree. Callous and uncivilized conduct. They have not once met with the elected officials in that area and the village leaders, met with community leaders who obviously have influence over the people. They have not. Why? They want to demonstrate contempt for black politicians and black leaders in the country. I saw Starbuck News did an editorial about it. It's the exact problem they have in Georgetown with those vendors. They don't respect the people the black people elect to be their representatives. They don't want to talk to black leaders because we're second-class citizens in the country. They're elitists. Oh, we're PPP East Indian supremacists. You know, and I'm not attacking East Indians. I am attacking the racist philosophy that drives this government, underpins this government, where every single thing has to be them and their ethnic friends dominating everything. And when you talk, oh, he's racist. How dare Burke say that we're contemptuous of black people? That is racism. You're contemptuous of them. What country, can anybody point out a country where the government refuses to speak to the residents? Just want to bulldoze bullets and guns and police with riot gear. The police officers standing up in the mud to enforce PPP, racist, ethnic superiority in Mocca. What somebody in the government needs to explain to us, what is the crime with meeting with these people and their leaders to come up with a plan? If you want to say, well, this road is going to be so many feet wide, and we want to leave accommodation on both sides of this road, 200 feet on each side, to cater for expansion and development, go there and meet with the people and show them a plan. Offer them a lucrative alternative with the provision that those lands that you're moving the people from would not be sold to East Indians. Mocca is a black dam ancestral village. If indentured slave laborers that came from India had bought an Indian village, the PPP would have dared disregard it, desecrate it like this. They would not have done it. They don't have respect for black people. They want to demonstrate that they're contemptuous of black people. They want to demonstrate that they could subjugate us and use the Guyana police force to silence us. They want to demonstrate that black people are second-class citizens and they're superior. That's what they're demonstrating there. And the people of Mocca must stop them. Your foreparents are slaves that defeated colonialism. Defeat these racists. That's my perspective. If you can't sit with these people and explain to them what's the plan, what's the vision, get them to buy into it, offer them an alternative, pay them, then the people should resist. And I'm wondering, I'm seeing this battle going on. Why hasn't this matter gone to court? Why the residents don't get together, get a lawyer, and file an injunction? Let the court resolve it. Let the court resolve it. Let the court establish the principles under which this eminent domain demand by the government is going to be operationalized. Let the court decide that. Let the court decide whether or not the government has the ability, the lawful ability to do what they're doing. Residents in Mocca, get a lawyer, go get an injunction, stop the road, stop the whole project. Let the court decide. Let the courts decide. Guyanese have to learn to understand or learn how to stand up for your rights, how to use the courts to your benefit, how to fight racists and win. We can't be fighting this battle for 4 years. There must be a conclusion. There must be a conclusion. So let me wrap up by saying this. Mocca, stand up for your rights. Go get a lawyer. Challenge these people in court. Yes, carry on your protests. Protest. Resist people destroying your property. I saw a bulldozer, an excavator just knocking down homes and digging up road. I have never seen this in the East Indian community. I am pretty sure the government is committing crimes when they do this. Those are violations of international law. You don't flood people's housing. That's a violation of international law. It's inhumane. They flood out the people at Success. They block up the cocas in Mocca so that when the rain falls, the waters can't go anywhere. And it would not, the villages, farmlands, and these same areas where these people live will naturally flood. They're dogs. These people in the PPP government treat people like dogs. I've never seen this anywhere. You flood the people out. Somebody's asking why go to court. Well, go to court. Go to court. Go to court. If the courts aren't more powerful than the nation, the court will have to apply the law and apply reality at the same time. At least you can get an injunction if there's a valid argument. And during the period of the injunction, while the matter is being heard, the government has enough time to negotiate with the people. But obviously the government don't want to negotiate with the people. This is just brute force and ignorance and bullyism and guns. Listen, if you don't move, we're gonna shoot you down and kill you. That's what this government is about. You black, we don't have any value for your life. We're gonna send your black police officers and gun you down. And on Sunday, I plan to do a broadcast to Guyana Police Force members and members of the GDF and the other joint services. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I don't want to keep you longer. People in Mocca, get a lawyer, file an injunction, stop this project until there's a resolution. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Keep the faith. Like I said, have a new year, everybody. People in Guyana, stand up for your rights. And please stop calling me, talking about who owe you money and who don't want to pay you and what government agency treating you bad. Stand up for your rights in Guyana yourself. Yourself. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your right. Nobody in America, no congressman, no Joe Biden, no CGID will stand up for you. You have to stand up for yourself. Demonstrate some responsibility for your own rights. And then other people will join the battle to fight for you. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you. See you again on Sunday when we air another edition of Conversation with Rick Burke. Have a good night. Happy New Year.
Let me go back to